How to make profits in cryptocurrencies in long terms. Whenever we talk about buying in spots, okay, just buying Bitcoin and hold it until for a few years later you make a great profits. But I'll be wondering about when there is a bear market, how can you make that money? That's why we are slowly forced into a trading trap. A trading trap that's tell you about this strategy, no matter uptrend and downtrend, you're going to make good profit too. But end up by having a manual trading, sometimes a very dilemma, and you're having a lots of noises in your head. That's gonna kill you, especially what happened last few days about Trump's got shortened about 8 bullets. That's gonna change the whole pictures about cryptos. Then we start to realize about if you want to make profits, you need to control emotional, have a right mindset to make the profits, to be a person without feelings. But afterwards you start to realize, hey, if it's without feelings, right, it is too hard to generate the profit you want to, because the trade that you make is very skeptical, very conservative. End up, right, you're repeating the same problem again and again. Today I'm going to share with you what type of method that I use to find the best fit strategies. At the same time, I'm using my strategy as a base so that you can find the right best fit strategy too. Because I always believe that data tells everything, which means that no matter the strategy is making profit or not, no matter whether I can use it for algorithm trading like automation trading or using the strategy alone itself, which means that I can use manual trading too and still going to generate me a good profit. In upcoming these videos, right, I'm going to share with you one of the strategy named Algo Plus 029 version 2. This version 2 is fitted up with a pivot stop loss, which means that you're using a last 20 candle, the previous swing high and swing low, to justify where is your take profit and where is your stop loss. And also I'm going to share with you how I find these strategies and also how to use these strategies in different time frame, and you can try your best to find the best fit one, so that no matter in 30-minute time frame, 1 hour time frame, or even 15-minute time frame, if you're able to get a good strategies by using this indicator, I can guarantee that you're going to make great profit too. I will guide you step by steps. Don't worry too much. We just need to know how you get started, knowing the parameter setting, keep on trying the best one you need, then try to put it into live copier calculators to find how can I turn 1,000 into 25,000 for how long. That is very important also. Then after that, how do you apply it in this indicator and set an alert, which means that when you set an alert, when there is alert there for you to entry, you receive the notifications, then from there you make an entry. Put your stop loss, put a take profit, set a proper margin size. What do you mean by proper margin size? If the stop loss is, let's say, it's not really big, let's say only 2 to 3%, you can go even bigger because you need to calculate your damage costs. Then after that, put in entry off your phone, forget about it, and wait for your result. And also all result that I given to you is totally live back tested with the real result and no overfitting, because we are not using a multiple indicators. Before, when we are coming about overfitting, which means that overfitting in algorithm trading is called the result can't be trusted. But all our strategy here today is live tested ready. That's why you can use it straight away after you apply in your indicators. So are you ready to start? Before start, remember, just follow me and subscribe me more. I will try my best to share as much as I can to making you sure that you are going to make good profits in the crypto pathway. Okay, this is the strategies already prepared for you. Algo Plus 029 version 2. You can see that 131% without leverage yet, and most important, of course, you need to calculate deducted the transaction fees. Okay, that's the properties here, 0.06% deducted transaction fees. So afterwards you can see the result. And how can I generate this result? First of all, after looking at Algo Plus 029, right, I also export the data here and implement into live copier calculator. Let's say you start with only $1,000, okay, and of course I'm using a cross leverage, which means I'm using $100, but I'm using 5%. Which means every single trade I'm using 5x my whole account, that's all. After deducted the trading fees calculated, I can see that for medium risk, 5x, in 556 days, it turns my 1,000 to 25,000. Not the best one, but somehow it's still reasonable. Then how can I get this result? I can even show the full table, how my first trade from 1001 goes to 1000, 1002, 1000, then go to 2001, 2005, 3000. Every single trade, it opens up for you transparently. After we know that, hey, David, I like these strategies, How can I start using it? Remember, just go to the description button there and also maybe the comment there. There is trading strategies and the trading indicators for this Algo Plus version 2. But always remember, strategy is for you to find this thing, to give you this result, to do a back test. When you want to add this strategy into TradingView, right, this is what you can see. Maybe yours a bit different from mine. First of all, you need to always remember, number one, have to be Bitcoin USDT Binance chart, not perpetual chart, Binance spot chart. The second thing is about mine is a premium account. What I can see is slightly further. For example, I'm seeing from 2023 January until 2024 July. So it's about 1.5 years. But of course, if yours is a pro account or basic account, right, maybe you're seeing 30% from me, you're seeing somewhere around here, or you're seeing somewhere around right here. Okay, a shorter time frame. For me, it's a bit bigger time frame. That's all. Once you know how to add this thing, you know how to see it already. Okay, this is 131% with 30 minutes time frame. How can I get this result? Is it real result or fake result? Just go to settings. This is a parameter I already default for you. You can see everything here. But I already activated the period stop loss with last 20 candle, which means when I make a trading, I will look at my stop loss will be my last swing high or swing low, but in maximum I only look into the last 20 candles, and my risk and reward ratio will be 1 to 1.5. And very important is about my stop loss. Okay, I did also setting a maximum 5.2% stop loss, which means I don't want my stop loss more than 5.2%. If it's more than 5.2, some trades, right, if it's a big fluctuations, your stop loss can be more than 10%. That is a very dangerous trade because your margin size should be using very small. If you use very big, it's going to wipe up your whole account. So I don't want this to be happen. That's why it's 5.2%. How does it works? And there is a yellow triangle here. Okay, I make an entry. I go for a long. Of course, this triangle is going up. Then I go for a long. Afterwards, my stop loss is last 20 candle swing low, about 6.14%. But don't worry about that. We are looking at last 20. How do I know which one is the last 20? I can just pull back until this one. Okay, last 20 bar. Can you see that? So this is the lowest point, obviously. So it's 6.14%. But we already set a default of 5.2 is the maximum. So which means that's the stop loss 5.2%. But 6.14, we are still referring that, and also we are using 1 to 1.5. So 6.141 to 1.5, right? I will refer back to 6.14. I will still remain using the same remain the same stop loss, but it's 1 to 1.5. But my stop loss will be reduced into 5.2 because that is the maximum stop loss that we accept. Okay, this is the trade that we are going to run, and the bot automatically run it. And can you see that? We are able to generate this profit right at this point. Is that easy? And you also will start to realize, David, why your trade is so long? Let's say only 2 to 3 days only got one trade. Why we don't go for a scalping? And why are you not going for very high frequent trading? Because every day daily scalping make more money. For me, I always believe that, right? Making real big profit is always come from a midterm trading. I always focus more into a midterm trading. Few days one trade is good enough because this trade's giving you 9%. Why you want to go and make 1% profit that give you 9% in 9 trades? You don't need that, right? Correct? Then obviously here there's another trade here. Can you see that? And also I can go for a long trade, and last 20 candle, this trade got the smaller trades because you can see, right, last 20 candle it doesn't move a lot, so your stop loss will be nearer, but your take profit should be 1 to 1.5. and congratulations, I've taken a profit here. Last 20 maybe is around here. So for my trade, normally what I did was when there is one trade, then I will just ignore another signal that comes in, which means that you can see here you go for long. After taking profit, if there's a short, only open. If there's nothing in the middle, when there's one position there, the other signal comes in, we are not going to make another positions. Like for example, we make a short here, and this is the loss trade, this is our stop loss. At the end, it hits here. In order by keep on finding the best, right? For example, this one you make a good profit too. Your stop loss is nearer and it takes a good profit. Why sometimes the stop loss is very far, sometimes it's very near? How can I play around with it? Remember, your profit is always depends on your damage cost. How much are you willing to take a risk? Let's say a stop loss of 1%, okay, which means that you can go for higher margin size. You can go on 5% of margin size. So when you lose your 5% capital, or maybe 10% of margin size. But if your stop loss is 5% away, then I would recommend you not to go too much. Maybe about 2% of margin size. So when you lose, you only lose 10% of your capital. That's how you calculate the margin cost. So always remember, because we are in 100x leverage, so we are using calculation based on margin size. For my size, lower risk, which means 2% of your capital, that's a low risk. But if I want to go for medium risk, it's 5%, the 56% of winning rate. Normally I will use like 25% of every single trade. If it hit my damage cost, I lose 25% of my capital, I still can take it. But if I win 1 to 1.5, I don't win 25%, I win more than that, about 25, about 30%. So this is the way that you try to play around with it. But can I apply it in 20-minute charts? Oh, the result is not that good. You can see, obviously it's not good. So what else can you do? Very easy. Just go to this and try to change the setting. Let's say you change the parameter to 20 to find the best one. You can keep on trying until you get a good one that you want, then you can straight away apply on it. We don't need to have a default setting that you need to change every single percentage. Maybe it depends on what you change. Like for example, okay, then I keep on changing our 5.74. Start to get one better one, then I go stick with 3.3, change here again, go to 14 to find the best fit one. I start to make a bit profit, or 23%. Oh, that's a great move. Oh, 18. Yeah, let's say I got 18 one. I see, hey, this is what I like. I see that I start to make profit with 50%. Of course, you can get a better one. Okay, but for me here, I just do a demonstration for you so that you go for a setting here, then you can find what is a candle you want. 1 to 1. 1 to 1, the result is not so good. If let's say 1 to 2, you can try to keep on trying until you get the best fitted. Then just follow back this setting that apply to indicator. Indicator is for you to receive the signal. You can see the signal there. Strategy is for you to backtest. Then you apply the same default setting. I also given you the indicator one. When you turn on indicator, you can't see the strategy testing at all. You can't see it. But what is the difference between indicator and strategy tester? Why I can just depend on strategy tester? Because indicator can give you signal. When giving you a signal, right, you can add it becomes an alert. It alerts you to notify you to make a trade when the signal shows up. That's the purpose of indicator. And also if you want to apply it in automation bots, you can do it this way too. By setting alert, when there's an alert shows up, then it sends a signal to live copier, and live copier will send to your account to make a trade by using webhook. So this is what I'm going to share with you today. Algo Plus 029 version 2. Every single data is going to tell you about what best fitted result that you want. I would say there's no best strategy in the world, but there is a best fitted result strategies that fits you to give you best result. For you, you need to take note about when you start in manual tradings, right? After you do all the backtests, you see what you want. I can give you is the base, so you can change the parameter. I did all the combinations ready for you, but most important is about you use this to implement into your strategies. So afterwards, you know that what result we can get, so what is the probability of winning, what is the damage. Then afterward, you implement in what leverage you want, what risk you can take, what margin size you can put in, then you start making trades. For what I want is about giving you confidence enough in your own strategy, because I've given you Algo Plus 029 can be my strategy, but can be yours too, because you set the parameter yourself. I don't know about your parameter, but it fitted your best one. Then afterwards, you put in your best stop loss, take profit, everything you set ready, then put in the margin you want and start trading in either Bybit, either Binance, anything you want. Once it is really workable, making good profit, then you just set it into automations. That where when you learn about webhook, you learn about live copier. So remember, trading pathway is not that easy. I mean, crypto trading is more than 7 years. What I want is about, why am I stepping into algorithm trading? Because I believe that trading in manual, it takes time and efforts, and what I want is about spending more quality times for quality people, quality jobs, but not just sit in front of a computer, keep on chasing for money. The best I can say is about, you don't need to keep on chasing for your money. When the money comes, you get what you want, you get the best strategy you got, then just try to use it continuously. You will start to realize about making money is not that hard anymore. It is more like making a good life is even more important. Thank you.